What is up, everyone? It feels good to be back. For you guys, it was literally only a few days because pre-recorded videos, but for me it was like a solid 10 to 12 days that I was actually gone and have not recorded a single video, and that's out of the ordinary for me. It felt wrong. But anyway, we're back today and we have some brand new news. So as usual, in case you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smack the little subscribe button down below and let's get right into it. First of all, I have some really good news for anybody looking to buy a Quest 2. While the Quest 2 is the cheapest VR headset on the market, especially since it's standalone, a lot of people still would like it to be cheaper. Well, in case you're living in the US, Walmart has some great news for you, because they are now selling refurbished 64GB Oculus Quest 2 headsets for just $199. And while yes, I still stick to my thoughts of the 64GB Oculus Quest 2 being a mistake, it's still a great PC VR headset, because if you're not interested in getting games on the Oculus Quest 2 itself and just using it for PC VR, well then you don't care about storage. So 64 gigs for $199 is a damn good price. A listing on Walmart's site offers a refurbished Quest 2 headset for its lowest price yet, with a few caveats. The first caveat, of course, is the fact that this is a refurbished standalone VR headset, which means that the hardware was most likely returned to Meta/Facebook/Oculus for what could be a number of reasons, and is now being resold. These might include ex-demo headsets, opened headsets that were returned, or headsets with faulty parts that have been replaced and restored with equivalent new parts. In any case, refurbished headsets should appear and operate like new. So yeah, this is something that Facebook actually did in the past officially on their own site, and I am a big fan of buying used/refurbished parts. In fact, quite a few of my PC parts were bought used/refurbished, and same with, say, drone batteries. It's giving old tech a new life. So in case you're interested in that and want an even cheaper headset, check out your local Walmart. Only if you're in the US, of course. We don't get that. On a completely another note, from Kuo, we have the Apple headset supposedly launching in late 2022 with 4K displays and M1 level performance. So while I myself dislike Apple products, I cannot deny the fact that the M1 chip that they have designed and created is a beautiful masterpiece. It can do a lot, and that is an understatement. Having that inside a VR headset would just be incredible. So let's read. Apple's rumored upcoming headset will have MacBook level performance and dual 4K OLED micro displays, according to a note from Ming-Chi Kuo. Mac Rumors claims to have viewed. Kuo is a TF international securities analyst known for predicting Apple products and moves over a year in advance using his supply chain sources. AppleTrack gives him a 76% accuracy rating. The information, Bloomberg and analyst Ming-Chi Kuo all claim Apple will release a headset as early as 2022, with high-resolution color cameras for mixed reality. Kuo previously claimed it will be priced at least $1,000. In February, the information claimed to have viewed images of a late-stage prototype with a sleek, curved visor attached to the face by a mesh and swappable headband. The outlet drew an impression. Kuo's new note apparently claims the headset will have a new chip with similar computing power as the M1 for Mac. M1 is Apple's first in-house PC processor, the first in line to transition its Mac product from the x86 architecture that has dominated PCs for the past decades to ARM, which is used in today's phones and tablets, including this. So this phone is actually running a Qualcomm chip, which is an ARM64 chip. But yeah, that is definitely looking quite interesting. As we have said before, as much as I dislike Apple, that doesn't matter. That absolutely does not matter at all. Them going into VR, like where Apple goes, industry tends to follow, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like removing the headphone jack or removing the charger from the box. I mean, look at that how you like, but companies followed. Like Samsung, for example, first mocked them and then followed. So if Apple goes into the VR headset industry or AR headset industry and they succeed, other companies will jump on that right as well. Let me know whether you're interested in getting this headset down below and how much you think it might cost. However, on an interesting note, while the new Apple VR or AR headset might have incredible OLED 4K panels, that doesn't seem to be necessary for success, as Gorilla Tag has hit 1.5 million players and in-app purchases have arrived to the Quest. So, Gorilla Tag, in case you don't know, is one of the most dangerous games on the Oculus Quest, and I mean that quite literally. No, the game wasn't made to be dangerous, but if you're playing it in a small play space, you bet you're gonna hurt yourself doing something. It is one of the most popular games on Quest, and it absolutely exploded. An astonishing 1.5 million players have now monkeyed around in the multiplayer VR hit Gorilla Tag. Developer Another Axiom confirmed as much on Twitter this week, also confirming that in-app purchases are now available in the Quest version of the game. Meta launched its in-app purchases support for App Lab titles on Quest earlier this month. The game itself is free to download, and you can expect in-app purchases to relate to avatar cosmetics as opposed to new features and maps. So there you go. Gorilla Tag, not trying to roast anyone here or anything, but it doesn't have exactly the highest resolution graphics. So this really shows you that you don't really need ultra high definition in order for a title to succeed. This one is actually quite interesting for anybody that has motion sickness. Study shows that EEG could be used to predict and prevent VR motion sickness. We've actually looked at a bunch of different ways to prevent motion sickness in the past, since I myself don't have it, but my friends do. And you know, when they want to play VR with me, sometimes it can be quite difficult. While VR treadmills are one really good way that I have found pretty much 100% eliminates VR motion sickness, at least for my friends, they are quite expensive and not entirely something that you can put anywhere. However, a new study on VR motion sickness concludes that certain brain activity detectable by EEG strongly correlates with VR motion sickness. This finding suggests that it's possible to quantitatively measure and potentially prevent VR motion sickness. I understand about the measuring of motion sickness, but I'm not entirely certain about preventing it. Isn't motion sickness where your brain thinks your body is moving, but it's actually standing still, and that's where the problem arises? How would you fix your body standing still? You can't necessarily fix that. But anyway, let's read a little bit more. A new study published by researchers at Germany's University of Jena in the peer-reviewed journal Frontiers in Human Neuroscience intentionally induced VR motion sickness in participants while measuring brain activity. 14 subjects were hooked up with an EEG cap and donned a PSVR headset. In the headset, the participants were exposed to increasing levels of artificial movement to induce VR motion sickness over the course of 45 minutes. That sounds like torture. This actually sounds like torture. This is like futuristic torture. You're locked in virtual reality and forced to induce motion sickness. No? The subjects also subjectively rated their motion sickness symptoms throughout the experiment. The researchers found a common pattern in the change of brain activity that closely corresponded with the subject's own perception of motion sickness. So there you go. That's quite interesting. In the future, it seems we might not only have a way of detecting motion sickness, but also just completely removing it by using EEGs. And finally, something I've been waiting for quite some time. Watch YouTube in VR with your friends on the Quest with the Couch app. So this is something that I've actually wanted for quite some time. I know you can hop into VR. Okay. I know you can hop into something like, say, VR chat and just straight up watch movies there together. But sometimes people just want an easier app that won't necessarily instantly crash their Quest to run standalone on the Quest and just be able to watch YouTube together. And the standard old YouTube app did not support this. Couch allows you to do that, and no VR-ready PC is required. Despite the numerous streaming apps available on the Oculus Quest or the Meta Quest, you'd think that watching your favorite video content side by side with friends in VR would be a relatively straightforward process. Unfortunately, most Quest-based streaming apps, including Netflix and Prime Video VR, feature little to no social functionality. This includes YouTube VR. Thankfully, one indie developer has created a workaround that allows you to watch YouTube videos side by side with both friends and strangers. In VR, on the Quest, no PC required. Thank you, I greatly appreciate this, as there are sometimes videos that I would just like to sit back, relax, and watch with my friends in VR on a huge massive display. That is something I've been waiting for a while, and I greatly appreciate that. Okay, now on another note, application Spacewarp. We have finally started seeing apps coming out with application Spacewarp where we can genuinely see the results, and they are quite amazing. There's even an app posted on Reddit that you can sideload to your Quest in order to see how well application Spacewarp actually works. People had contradicting thoughts on how application Spacewarp was actually going to work on the Quest, as some people absolutely despise Spacewarp on the PC VR version. But it certainly seems here that, well, this actually works a lot better than a lot of people anticipated. An application Spacewarp seems to be a huge boost for apps in the Quest, just like we were promised. But yeah, that is really cool right there. So for any of you waiting for application Spacewarp, it's working. it's live. We now just need to wait for some apps to implement it. Just remember that this is a developer choosing whether they want to implement it or not, so you won't just instantly see a 70% boost on all your apps. But anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night. In fact, I have a few little secret things happening just in the background for you guys. We have a few different kinds of videos coming up, as well as VR videos, of course. So they will be kind of double videos. Instead of just one video, there will be 2 videos. So hopefully you guys like that. It's a little bit more work, but hopefully it's worth it. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, dislike it as well. You know, even though the button doesn't show up now, you know, you can always click it, but let me know why down below. Leave some constructive criticism. I always enjoy hearing that. And yeah, if you guys are not yet part of our community, check out our Discord down below and check out our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. Thank you so much to the Patreons supporting this channel. You guys help me out a ton, help me buy better gear, and just overall make these videos better. So thank you so much for that. If you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, we've got sick mugs down below that boost your FPS by 300%, and merch that does not put a huge ad on your body. And of course, if you guys want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel daily, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.